Yeah, my name is Jae-eul, and this is our presentation of our the pause moment experience in SNS communication. Can I use time until 50 minutes? Because I am just note, but the remaining time is 20 minutes. So, okay, thank you. Uh, our note is about the report of our trial to bring such critical design into the domain of social networking sites, service or application design. So let me begin. So SNS, so the SNS are the uh, major form of online communication today, and those applications are thought to be convenient to use, and their their communications are very immediate and persistent. And it is obvious. We believe that it is obvious those characteristics of social networking sites are the benefits for users, and there is no other options that other than uh, focusing on those values when we are using social networking sites or when we design SNS sites. But also we can know that those characteristics of social networking sites also make problems like mindless behavior in online community, or the problem of privacy issue or regrets, and lack of sincere communication among people on online space. And for what we focused on, moreover, we thought that the real problem is that the practitioners and designers who develop and provide those services are do not care about other characteristics rather than focusing on those benefits of digital communication, make the pace of communication more fast. So we became to think of why don't we think of other options to make, for example, slowing down the speed of communication. Uh, so we became to think of designing SNS which break down the sequence of writing and sharing a post on online network. And our idea was to put a pause moment between the stage of writing and stage of sharing, and we decided to call such pause moment as ripening time. So this was our design of ripening pause moment, and this is the actual social networking site that we developed, and we call it Ripening Room. So we put ripening time between writing and sharing post on website. So the moment can be time for a user to revisit and revise and reflect on written post before sharing, and also for other users to know that the user is preparing something and gonna share with them. So it slows down the communication, the speed of communication, and we thought this concept of ripening room is not that unique, because we already can see those similar concepts from the scheduled email or delayed text messages. And also there are several studies that on the impact of such design pausing the sequence of writing and sharing contents on online space as for supporting users' self-reflection or self-censorship. But however, with sorry, however, we thought that the worth and importance of ripening room design we developed as the alternative form of SNS sites has not been investigated. So in other words, the meaning of our attempts to bring such critical design philosophy into the domain of social networking sites to change the experience communication among people has not been discussed. And so this discussion is what we want to share with you in this presentation. So we did our user research to see how our design may change in the experience of communicating in social networking sites. So we made 29 university students to use our developed Ripening Room for a month and observed their stories and their behaviors on the website. And also we collected their comments about pros and cons of using Ripening Room, and also their impressive experience occurred during Ripening Room. And we analyzed and clustered the collected data and extracted the 3 interesting aspects of experience communication in Ripening Room. Yeah. For the first report, we'd like to call the theme as preserved moment for solitude in public space. It means that though the users were using Ripening Room and connected to online public space, and also they could have some moment for solitude, being able to let them have some private moments. So as you can see in these 3 comments, the users were inspired to have sentimental feelings, and also they were able to be relieved themselves during pause moments other than impulsive sharing of their provoked sentiments. And moreover, some users said that they were able to control the access of public audience to their posts by controlling schedule of ripening. It is like, for example, ripening until midnight so that only few people can read their posts. So overall, with that, we thought that the pause moment, the ripening time, seems to encourage users to have sentimental mood and also support users to appreciate their own feelings by themselves or with few sincere friends. And we think this impact is expected to lead more desirable experience of communicating on SNS space. The second part of the report is that the users had expanded time experience. So please look at this example. This post is a message which a user made at his night before final exam, which is blaming himself about not studying hard at that night. So what we want to say from this example is that the users were more inspired to think and talk about their future, and also in some cases about the past. And according to the users' comments, the experience were thought to be pleasurable, insightful, and thoughtful. So we'd like to argue that these behaviors and experiences are beyond those of current SNS communication, which are strongly tied to topics, interests, and issues of present. So, and accordingly, the Ripening Room's experience is more dynamic than those of current SNS sites, such as Facebook or Twitter. And the last report is about the role of pause moment as indirect cue in online communication. So let me show a case that a user write a post and start ripening. Because other users cannot see the exact content, the others become curious about the post. And then if a post was nothing serious, then the audience will feel like betrayed a little bit and the situation gets funny. So it is just simple example of making fun with ripening function. However, from the fact that the ripening can be some kind of message in communication, what we want to say on this kind of example is that the posting on Ripening Room have some explicit signs, such as duration of ripening time, which requires users' effort of revealing and defining meanings. And as users become more mindful to interpret those implicit messages, we believe that it makes online communication more dynamic than just exchange only text and images. So for conclusion, we want to claim that our trial to bring critical design into our very real life could show interesting possibilities which critical design can make. It is like meditation. It is easy to think that the meditation is uncommon practice in our daily lives, but when it is brought to our daily lives, it can make meaningful and insightful changes. So this is our argument, what I want to share with you. And finally, I want to show one additional example which seems impressive, I think. This is what I wrote on Facebook via Ripening Room application, which enable ripening on Facebook, actually. So you can see that during my post is still under ripening. A few of my friends are already gathered and start talking to me, and I felt fun and had some kind of inspiration that my friends are interested in my hidden message. And also, I think it is more meaningful than just sharing the self-image and sensational issues. So if you are interested, you can use this application via this address. And this is the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Gopi from Indiana University. Really enjoyable presentation, the concept of ripening. There's a saying which goes like, if you want to do a good deed, do it immediately, and if you want to do a bad deed, like wait for it and do. So like if you really want to pay a compliment to someone or something like that, then that kind of the ripening thing, how does that play? Because all the scenarios you've discussed is about negative scenarios, so it can just sit and stew.
I don't know I get it right, but I let users to control the ripening time according to their intention, from very short moment to very long period, and so users could manipulate the pause moment according to their intention. So if one wanted to send a message quickly, he could manage it on even non minutes. It means the message goes directly, and long enough to about 2 or 3 days. And there was fun moments and also some bad moments that people get hardship dealing with those pause moments because they want to communicate faster, but the pause moment that didn't help their desire. So it was very conflict, but I want to share is the possibility that the ripening is showing to as critical design.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you very much.